Hey mask nerds, welcome back to another mask review video. Today, my top mask picks for right now. We'll include some new masks like kids masks, mediums, and a bunch of other good options out there. As usual, all the data shown is for my face on my test aerosol, so there's always that caveat. Who am I? I'm Aaron. I've been testing masks in my basement using real scientific equipment. I have a background in aerosol science to try to help people find protective masks. So all the data from today's video is available in the Google Drive link below. It has all the information, sizing, pressure drop, where you can purchase it from if you slide all the way to the right of that tab. It also pictures high-resolution pictures and everything you would ever want to know, and if you want to compare your mask to what I tested. Now, one administrative detail, I do have to give an update on some sizing information. Today's video is going to feature some new sizing information. So historically, I've done the distance from the ear loop connection to ear loop connection, which is a little standard. Some people measure the edge of mask, but I've just consistently done ear loop to ear loop. That's just how I did it to start with, so we'll keep it consistent. And the height of the mask this way. Now, one additional measurement you'll see today is that I've added another measurement, which may be pertinent, which may not be pertinent, I guess we'll find out, which is if you fold the mask in half on these boat style masks, is the distance from here to here. So that's another addition. If you look in the tab, you'll actually see an A, B, C, and D measurement. What those are the measurements that if you were to measure A is from distance here to here, B is from here to here, C is the bottom flap distance, and then D is the total distance from here to here. So my goal to use that data is eventually I want to start to correlate and have people fill in, take some measurements of their faces, tell me their favorite mask that they think fit them the best. We'll hopefully use some data analysis and maybe some machine learning to create an algorithm which would let you go pick give some face input size data. So you measure your face, and then you would be able to, it would suggest some mask that might fit you. So that's kind of where I'm going to try to go with that. Hopefully I'll be able to get that done soon. I think we'll only have a couple more videos to cover anyway, so maybe we'll get some time to that. All right, so let's jump into my top mask picks. So let's start with kids masks. That's one of the most common requests that I've gotten lately. So here are some kid mask options. I'll start with the simplest one, which is the the Tiger, or Blue 3D Tiger mask. This is a kid's small mask. This is the one my son himself actually wears. This one came in at 98.8 on my face with my test aerosol. I didn't measure the pressure drop in the kids mask. I didn't think it was fair just because they're so smaller. Relatively to the size, the nose wires are monstrous. These are identical to the adult mask. Everything I look at, it looks just like the adult mask, just built for kids. Now, if you want to see what does it look like when I wear a tiny little kid's mask, it does highlight that you can wear a smaller mask. So I always, one of those new sizing things I recommend, start small, go big. Heck, you could even start with a kid's mask. I don't recommend it because the second you go from around, it pops off. But it highlights that it's better to start a little bit small. So this is what a small kid's mask looks like, an adult male. But relative to that, it's one of the smaller that I have of the two. The next size up, so this would be the smallest. The next size up is going to be like the BOTN. The BOTN is, again, identical to the adult mask. Features adjustable ear loops, just like the adult mask. Again, it's got a 80 millimeter stiff nose wire. So relative to the mask size, it's huge. I wish adult masks would come like this. And again, it's a little bit bigger than that, but not much. And kids are always going to be hard to size, so just like adults. So start small and order a few. So anyways, this is the BOTN Kids mask. Came in at 99.3% filtration efficiency. My test aerosol, my face. And the last one is the Bluna FaceFit. Very similar to the BOTN, still, a little bit bigger than the Blue Tiger 3D mask. Came in at 98.8% my test aerosol on my face, which is going to be hard on a mask this all. Good stiff nose wire. It's about 75 millimeters long. Again, it has adjustable ear loops, just like the adult version. They're pulled all the way out for me because this mask is so tiny. But you can see, oops, sorry, here, there is an adjustable ear loop present. If I can get it, there you go. Eee, look at that little adjustable ear loop. All right, so tiny mask on an adult face. It's kind of funny. The white balance might be coming off here a little bit. See if I can correct the white balance. There we go. Bring it up. There we go. So anyways, that's another option for a kid's mask. I like it. Again, all 99 plus. They're all identical to the adult mask. Without a question in my mind, the material is the same, the texture is the same, the ear loops designs, everything's the same. They just scaled it down. So that's a great option for your kids, for like kind of elementary school, and maybe, I don't know. This is a little tough. I don't know. Maybe in the middle school, and maybe like a couple freshmen or sophomore in high school. But these are the the Happylife Goodday youth size masks. So this is kind of in between. Again, it's good stiff nose wire, 77 millimeters. I got 99.3% filtration efficiency, pressure drop 0.3. So that's actually pretty dang good for a smaller mask. Does it fit me? Yes. It's small. You can see as soon as I open my mouth, it pops off the end. So this is like a pretty small mask. So if you have like a really small adult, or kind of like teenager or younger teenager, like middle schooler to elementary school age kids, these might be an option too. So these are the the Happylife Goodday, again, 99.3 on the filtration efficiency, 0.33 pressure drop on these. For adults, we'll start with what I think you should start with, and then work your way up or down from there, depending on what size that fits. So for the adults, my recommendation start point hasn't really changed. I really recommend the Bluna FaceFit. It's one of the masks that fits a wide variety of faces. Again, for those watching, these little silver things are the test ports that get punctured in by me. So those are not featured in the mask. These are the test ports. So you're looking at the actual mask I test. Again, great, adjustable ear loops, black, doesn't have mask collapse, 99.1 filtration efficiency, 0.23% pressure drop, or 0.23 inches of water pressure drop. A great mask. I usually recommend starting there. Another option that we're going to add to that stack of masks that are roughly in that same size range is, of course, the two ones that I have that are recommending that are a little bit new now. So we have the MaskLab's KF90 or FFP2 rated mask. They have updated now with the nose wire. It's longer, so it gets my recommendation. 98.3% filtration efficiency, 0.23 inch pressure drop. Again, my pressure drop measurement kind of sucks. This mask feels the easiest to breathe in of any mask I've tried on out there, other than maybe 1 or 2 KF80s that I've started testing. But again, the protection level is really high. Again, ports added by me, but this is a great mask. And the only thing I don't like about it, it doesn't have adjustable ear loops, so that's kind of a bummer. But outside of that, it's great. And the printing, of course, is totally cool to have. Like you've seen some of my previous videos with the cool print patterns on it. I have some more coming for some other work, but yeah, these are just a great mask. One new one that we can add to the stack of masks is the CleanTop Evergreen. It kicked off the blue. Remember we had that blue 3D in there? It got the boot for now. I have one of the black ones ready to test here because it's not black, but maybe this will take it. So why did this give the boot? Oh, it's black. Okay, so that's really the reason. Again, test port added by me. This mask actually kind of surprised me. 99.8% filtration efficiency. My tester also on my face, so it came out really good there. 0.29 pressure drop, so pretty good, pretty dang good. I don't get any mask collapse. It has a stiff layer on the outer side. One thing that I really like about it, the nose wire is a solid chunk of aluminum. Love that. So that's really nice. One of the most moldable and stiff nose wires that I've had yet so far. No adjustable ear loops though, so that's kind of a bummer, but in general, it fits to me like the Bluna. Maybe it's a smidgen bigger. But we're all in that kind of size range. Now, if you're saying, hey, Aaron, I start there and the masks are still too big, what should I do? Okay, we got some new options out in the space to do that. So we have the BOTN medium and the Dr. Puri medium. So if those masks were too big for you, think about going this way. So if you generally think you have a smaller face, maybe you order a Bluna and this to start with. If you think you have a bigger face, order the Bluna or that Evergreen clear top and then go a little bit bigger, and we'll talk about that next. But if you're a little bit there and going to go smaller, the BOTN medium and the Dr. Puri medium. So I think the BOTN medium is the better of the two options. So the the BOTN medium came in at 99.7 with a 0.28 pressure drop, good stiff 80 millimeter nose wire, has all the same features, that stiff outer liner, or a stiff outer panel, so you don't get mask collapse, adjustable ear loops. Even this is a small mask, and it still fits me. So it highlights. It's better to err on the side of small and start there. What happens if you're too small? When you open your mouth, it pops off. It's harder to talk in with them. You feel like your face is more constrained here. That's where that other addition, why I added that new measurement here, because I think that's an important metric to be a part of that, is like this distance from here to here controls how big your mask can open. So these have a little bit more flexibility because the panels can move, but I'm kind of at the limit of this one, and so I think that's the indication. So I really like this mask if you have a smaller face. The other option, of course, is the Dr. Puri medium. Dr. Puri medium came at 98.7 my tester also on my face. Good nose wire, non-adjustable ear loops, and mask collapse. So it's not my favorite, but it's might be a little bit more available now. So the Dr. Puri medium is another option for the smaller mask. Now, if you are a big mask wearer like myself, I personally prefer the BOTN. These are my two picks: the BOTN large in black and the LG Airwasher in black. These are my daily wears. I wear them all the time. For those that are maybe new to the channel, haven't seen, so the BOTN black is just like the other BOTNs, just in black. It is a very large mask. Good stiff nose wire, adjustable ear loops. In the past, I have gotten 99.6% filtration efficiency, 0.33 inch pressure drops are really good. But you can tell just looking at this from the other minute, look, it goes all the way into my chin. It is a big mask. And I like the big mask because I feel like I can get a better seal and it's not too tight. I can talk in a little bit easier. Yeah, you don't see as much movement, and so it's just a little bit more comfortable, I feel. Now, my other big daily wear is the LG Airwasher. I really like this mask a lot, and I'll tell you some of the advantages of it. The ear loop adjustment's a little bit easier than the BOTN. The inside material is really, really soft. I like that, and for me, It's the mega stiff 80 millimeter nose wire. On this one, historically in the past, I've gotten 99.1% filtration efficiency, so really good. Long nose wire, 85, and it is stiff, 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 and I like that a lot. So this is actually one that I wear all the time. Good stiff nose wire. One thing that I like about this is, for me, it fits really well, is that I can talk and the top and bottom move together. So yeah, if you notice that I open my jaw, the mask stays put. I wear this one to work all the time. It's really comfortable. Maybe not as breathable as, let's say, the MaskLab, or maybe a little bit harder to breathe than the Bluna FaceFit, but in general, I don't find it very difficult at all. So what am I again? And again, reminder, silver test port added by me for this test. So you're looking at the actual mask I test in the actual thing. So that is my top mask picks for the boat style mask, KF94. Let's quickly move into the KN95 space. In the KN95 space, not a ton of change. I still am going to recommend the Powecom KN95 in black. This mask came in 96.8 to 98.9. My tester I saw on my face with about 0.45 inch pressure drop. Great mask. Wear it all the time. Good nose. The oil wire is moderate. It's not my favorite. And I've worn it a few times. It's pretty comfortable. Maybe not not as breathable as I think the boat masks that I've tested, but it's a good, quick, easy mask. If you're looking for a mask that's a little bit bigger, I like the Arun KN95 with the external nose clip. Make sure you pick the external nose clip because that makes the bigger option. It's ear loop style, really big, and just good. That nose wire is nice and stiff. It's a bigger mask. You can see how much farther it tucks under. So. And great filtration efficiency. On this mask, I got 99.8% filtration efficiency a few months back. The only trade-off is it's kind of hard to breathe at a 0.48 pressure drop. It's definitely noticeably harder in here. Again, my pressure drop measurements suck, so don't trust the numbers. I got a new apparatus that'll be up and running soon to test that, but for now, so these don't show that different because the test data might be just plus or minus a half inch or 0.05 inches of water, but this one's definitely hard to breathe in. So what if you are kind of like this, but you want something a little bit different with a little bit stiffer nose wire? So I'm going to add one thing to my test or my recommendations, which is the 3M 9502. Now you can do the 3M 9502 or the 9502 plus NIOSH approved version. Both of these, this is the NIOSH approved version, this is the KN style. I cannot see a difference. The test data came back pretty much identical, so I'm not sure there's really significant difference. If you really want the most safest option for the US, then of course pick the NIOSH N95 version. Otherwise, the 3M 9502 KN is fine too. The only disadvantage of these are head loops, but they're pretty decent head loops. I really like them. They're wide, flat material. But what I like about it is that they're roughly the same size as the Powecom. So let me just do it this way so that you can see. They're roughly the same size. They're not really that much different. The only advantage is that this has that stiff external nose clip, so really money seal. Headbands give a little bit tighter seal, so that's kind of a disadvantage for me. I like ear loops a little bit better myself because I'm not always striving for like a 1% leakage. So that's nice, but the real thing I liked about it is that the pressure drop's a little bit better, noticeably easier to breathe than the Powecom. These came in at 0.3 inches of water with, again, 99 or 99.6, depending on if you're testing the 9502 or the NIOSH. But again, that's my test at 99 plus. That's really solid. So this is a new addition on there. I really like these. I was kind of mask picks for right now. What's coming up next? I got a whole bunch of masks. I'm going to do an in-depth review video. That's going to be like an hour-long video where I go through and just talk about all the like 30-some masks that I've tested in the last couple of weeks. I think I only have a few videos left. I think maybe I'm going to do one more video, and then I'm going to call it done. I'll work on finishing up the documentation, getting the FAQ together. But I think as vaccines roll out, I think the importance of highly protective masks will still be there, but I think the audience is people are starting to see them. I'm seeing a ton more N95s out there, so that's awesome. Again, whatever you want to wear, if it's highly protective, awesome, and rock it. So thanks very much for hanging around. I'll have, again, all the data is available in the Google Drive link below. If you'd like, you can subscribe. You can add a comment if you have a question. I try to answer them. If you're watching this and it's a bicycle video, the pandemic's over, so I'm back to doing what I like to do. Otherwise, thanks, and we'll catch you around in the next video. Thank you.